we're still continuing our unit with solving equations, and this is one with rational expressions, and it's pretty intuitive actually. I'm going to put that one over 1. Now, whenever we do this, you always need to have a common denominator because we're working with fractions and we're working with the operation of addition or subtraction. So I put the -4/1. I'm going to multiply everything. I'm going to multiply this by x minus 3 over x minus 3. I'm going to multiply this by x over x. Then I'm going to multiply this times x minus 3 over x times x minus 3. And by doing that, I get 10x minus 30 minus 12x all over x times x minus 3, which equals, and this is going to be x squared, so it's going to be -4x squared minus 3x times the -4, which will be plus 12x, over x times x minus 3. The nice thing is, now I still have two fractions, but look, their denominators are the same. So technically, if I multiply both sides by, x times x minus 3, and I multiply this times x minus 3, the nice thing about that is that will cancel out with that, that will cancel out with that, and I'm left with just the numerators now. So when I combine these, I'm going to get -2x minus 30 is equal to a -4x squared plus 12x. Well, what you'll notice here is that you have a square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the square on over. I'm going to make it positive. I have 4x squared. So I'm going to bring this 12x over. That's going to be minus 14x minus 30 equals 0. Ah, well, now I have a quadratic. I'm actually going to divide everything by 2 as well. And the reason why is because I recognize that 2 goes into everything here. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of erasing over here. I'm going to get rid of some of this nonsense over here and make some room for myself because I'm going to have to use it. So let me bring this up to here. So now I have 2x squared minus 7x minus 15 equals 0. I'm going to put in 2x and x. I know that this should be 5 and 3 because that's going to be 10 and it's going to be 3. It should be plus and minus. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just going to double check using FOILing. 2x squared minus 10x plus 3x is going to be a -7x and minus 15. And now say 2x plus 3 equals 0, or x minus 5 equals 0. 2x equals a -3, divide by 2. So I get x equals a -3 halves, or add 5, or x equals a positive 5. My point is, there's two things I want you to really recognize. The first is that you need to get a common denominator, and then you can combine like terms. Second, once you get this and you get this, take a look at your largest exponent. Here my largest exponent was a 2, which indicates that I can make it into a trinomial. Or not trinomial, well, yes, a trinomial, but a quadratic equation. So I want the quadratic, the 2, to be positive, the square to be positive, so that's why I moved it on over. If this was already positive, I would have moved these two terms over to there, but they weren't, so I moved it the other direction. That's it.